video that I wanted to cover. Um, Not the video I said about the air bending, the water bending. You know what I'm saying? I still might do that later, but I wanted to catch this one real quick and then talk about it briefly. Then we're gonna get up out of here. Shouts out to everybody in your respective time zones. Hope everybody have a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. This is the same guy from the Tune Explainer talking about every level of your spiritual awakening, what you go through in the beginning all the way till you reach the end. And we'll break down as we go if we can, you know, but let's go.
The soul is silent and the mind is enslaved. The person isn't truly living, they're performing. A script written by society, parents, media, and fear. Every thought they think was planted, every dream they chase was sold to them. They confuse routine for meaning and comfort for purpose. They follow the crowd, obey the rules, and avoid discomfort at all costs. There is no questioning, no reflection, no depth, just deadlines, trends, and dopamine. This is the domain of ego, where identity is defined by job titles, followers, fashion, and filters, where silence feels threatening, and truth too inconvenient to explore. Deep down, there may be a faint whisper that something isn't right, but it's drowned out by noise, numbed by distractions, and buried beneath convenience. The sleepwalker doesn't even know they're asleep, and that's what makes this stage so dangerous, because the longer one stays here, the more the illusion becomes home. The cracks appear. In this level, the illusion begins to bleed. The routine that once felt safe starts to feel suffocating. The laughter sounds hollow. The goals suddenly meaningless. Something deep beneath the surface starts stirring. A quiet discomfort. A shadow that follows even in moments of joy. It's not depression. It's not burnout. It's awakening, disguised as unease. The person begins to question, not loudly, but internally. Why am I doing this? Is this all there is? They start noticing the masks people wear, the emptiness in conversations, and they realize they've been part of it too. The job, the religion, the relationships, all the things that once gave them identity now feel like cages. Beautifully decorated, yes, but cages nonetheless, and yet they can't explain it to anyone, because on the outside, everything looks fine, but on the inside, the cracks are growing. This stage is the beginning of the unraveling, the first fracture in a world they were told was solid, and once that crack appears, the light will find its way in, whether they're ready or not. The awakening. In this level, reality shatters. The veil is lifted, and for the first time, they see not with their eyes but with their soul. It often happens suddenly a tragedy, a betrayal, a breakdown, and just like that, the world they knew dissolves. They realize the system is rigged, that their beliefs were borrowed, that everything they trusted religion, politics, even love may have been built on sand. It's disorienting, terrifying, liberating. They start consuming books they once ignored, listening to voices they once mocked, feeling things they can't explain. Synchronicities appear, patterns reveal themselves, and a deep, ancient knowing begins to awaken within them. But it's not all peace and light. There's confusion, paranoia, rage. They question their sanity because once you see the illusion, you can't unsee it, and the mind fights to pull them back. But it's too late. The spell is broken, they've awakened, and nothing will ever be the same again. The seeker. In this level, the hunger begins. After the veil is torn, there's no going back. The world feels unfamiliar, like waking up in a dream you didn't know you were having. And now they need answers, desperately. They dive headfirst into everything. Ancient texts, hidden histories, occult symbols, meditation, psychedelics, astrology, energy work. They binge videos at 3 a.m., they journal, fast, pray, cry, scream. This is the phase of obsession, a beautiful madness. They want to know everything. Who are we? Why are we here? What is truth? But there's danger in this level too. The ego, once shattered, can slip back in, dressed in spiritual robes. They begin to label themselves Starseed, Chosen One. They collect rituals like trophies, and sometimes they look down on those still asleep. They don't realize it yet, but even seeking can become a prison if they mistake the path for the destination. Still, beneath all the noise, something sacred is taking root. A quiet voice, a pull inward. They are not just seeking the truth, they are beginning to seek themselves. The dark night of the soul. This is where things get dark. All the books, the crystals, the meditation, none of it seems to help anymore. The person feels lost, empty, and disconnected from everything, including themselves. They start questioning everything again, but this time it's different. It's not curiosity, it's pain. This is the spiritual breakdown, also known as the dark night of the soul. Old beliefs collapse, relationships fall apart, nothing makes sense. And worst of all, it feels like no one understands. They might feel depressed, anxious, or like they're being punished. But in reality, what's happening is purification. This is the ego dying. This is the soul clearing out everything fake, shallow, and inauthentic. It's not fun, it's not pretty, but it's necessary. Because after this storm, what's left is raw, real, and ready for something deeper. The integration. Now we're getting somewhere. After surviving the chaos of the dark night, something shifts. The person stops chasing answers.
But the thing about the Dark Knight is this: the Dark Night of the soul is a real, true inner battle. Real, true inner battle. But most people nowadays is turning everything into the Dark Night of the soul. You know, like every moment that they go through in life, instead of separating the spiritual um shit that's happening to you, separate that from what you're going through when it comes to a regular human situation. You know, not every bad situation is a dark night of the soul moment. A dark night of the soul moment is really, really internal. It's really straight inside of yourself. You know, the shit around you that happens, yes, it happens, but you gotta be like, okay, how does it happen? Why does it happen? And if it corresponds with society, then it was a society situation, because the dark night of the soul is concerning you. And yes, certain situations, like, you know, like loss of a friend or a loved one or a breakup or a divorce, yes, don't get me wrong, it hurts and it kind of adds a little bit of fuel to the fire. But most importantly of the dark night of the soul is your, you know, like your inner questions, your inner thoughts. You are truly questioning yourself and your sanity. Is I'm making the right decisions? Is I'm doing the right thing? Is this person right for me? You know what I'm saying? Is I'm going through hoops, troops, and loop de loops to be happy? You know, is I'm too much, or is I'm doing too little? Because every time I do too much, you know, it's a problem. I don't want to be suffocating. I don't want to be overbearing or too overprotective. But if I fall back, it's like, where you at? It's like you a ghost, you know, trying to find a balance in the middle. You know, that's even still a problem. It's just like, okay, what? Just say fuck it. I'm gonna just be nonchalant about every fucking thing. Like, oh, fuck it. Man. You know, but those are, you know, like those are, it's just fucking wild, man. But these are the, you know, these are the initiations that we go through when we waking up. You know, I've learned, you know, a lot going through my dark night of the souls, learning more about myself, you know, and every day I try to change for the better. But a motherfucker will look at me like I'm evil because I want to kill the government. You know, because people be like, you know, thou shalt not kill shit. It's like people caught up in political, religious dogma, and they care about the government and their laws. So, like, everything I'm saying is bad. Everything when it comes to saying fuck the government, destroy them all. And what's even more bad is what I'm doing right now. People don't want me waking other people up on this level. Y'all thought the revolutionary talk in my news was something. They really don't want you doing this, because if you do this, you start a revolution with the, like, even the phone agrees. It's like you start a revolution with yourself. You know, fight all the motherfucking bullshit that's in your mind, body, and spirit, and then you wake up and you start fighting life and whooping its ass using your mental power, visualization, affirmation, mantras, mudras, altar work. You know, you become a bad motherfucker once you come out the dark night of the soul. You know, you'll be a whole you'll be a whole new person. A person that sees more clearer now of the situation that puts you in the dark night of the soul, or you're more clearer now of the situation that's going on inside your mind, body, and spirit yourself. But most people don't understand doing inner work, doing shadow work, because they have to look at themselves. Most people don't understand meditation or transcendental meditation because you got to sit with yourself. You know, that's one. Number two, I don't think people intention spans are motherfucking long enough to even stand a 30-minute meditation. You feel me? That's why I try to do the 30-minute meditation things. But as a matter of fact, I'm doing the meditation shit after this. After I head back to the store. But shouts out to everybody. But the dark night of the soul, I think I covered it on one of the videos. You know, it just talked about it briefly on this one. But let's go.
Answers and starts living them.
Hold on.
They might feel depressed, anxious, or like they're being punished. But in reality, what's happening is purification. This is the ego dying. This is the soul clearing out everything fake.
Yeah. Depressed, anger, and you feel like you're punished. It's like, yeah, when life start coming down on you, like it's fucking crazy. That's where that's where you be like, oh shit. These situations happen in my life. Like, what the fuck? You know, is I'm being punished? What did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll lead you to that point. But the answer is you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You're going through a purification process. What I see from the outside looking in is like, I mean, damn. Not on the outside looking in, but from my perspective, when I see the whole world crumble around me, that's the NPCs just going crazy. I see the NPCs and the sheep going crazy, and they're trying to take motherfuckers down with them. That's what I see.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Damn. My shit cut off and cut back on by itself. Ain't that a bitch? Y'all heard it in real time. I ain't even touched my motherfucking Bluetooth because, like, why would I want to turn it off and I got the shit on pause? Ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it in real time. The Bluetooth device connected successfully. When I was already recording. I mean, I was already playing the video. What the fuck? If it ain't one thing, it's another. And like that was my second phone that I'm using. You know, that's why I can't type in the chat. But let me what I was about to say. Motherfucking shit threw me off. I forgot what I was about to say. Hold on.
Authentic. It's not fun. It's not pretty, but it's necessary. Because after this storm, what's left is raw, real, and ready for something deeper. The integration. Now we're getting somewhere. After surviving the chaos of the dark night, something shifts. The person stops chasing answers and starts living them. They're no longer obsessed with being spiritual. They just want to be real. This stage is all.
No longer focused on being spiritual. I just want to be real. And once you come out of the dark night of the soul, it is like, yo, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be true. You know, what else can I be? And when I have changed for people because they wanted me to change, slow down this, stop doing that. When I have done that, they still leave me. friends, family, relationships, situations. Like, what the fuck? Done everything y'all said to do. I'm being cool, calm, collected, being respectful. What the fuck? This is why it's like, man, no, fuck that. I'm calling everything out if I see it. Like, you know, it's like, what the fuck? Tried to change for people. Just for them to still do whatever they want and just have me on a leash. I get nothing in return. Nothing. But now it's like, fuck that. I'm taking what's mine. I'm calling out all the bullshit if I see it or hear it. I'll try to stop being triggered by some small things. You know, that's work in progress. But overall, I'm a bad motherfucker. When it comes to this spiritual shit, when it comes to this music shit, when it comes to this revolution shit, I'm a bad motherfucker. But I gotta tone down for people, tone down for YouTube, tone down for society. Don't be too honest. Don't be too truthful. Don't express your love for a person or express your love for a music or express your love for yourself. Don't do that. That's the problem. I see why people stay alone. And I see why motherfuckers kill themselves. Because what's the point? What's the fucking point? And it's that point right there. Is that shit right there that make you realize what stage you're at when it comes to the level of awakening. I think that's either the dark night of the soul or the thing before it. But either way it go, once you reach this point, after the dark night of the soul, when you know who you are, when you accept your own flaws, when you accept the flaws of others, when you accept yourself as being one with yourself and one with the universe or the source or the cosmos or the logos, once you get to this point, you made it. Now, most people think when you get to this point, shit is going to be peaches and cream. Like, nah, you're still going to go through some shit. You're still going to go through trials and tribulations, but your whole mentality is going to be like, okay, avoid this, avoid that, help this person, help that person, walk this path, don't go down that path. You know, like you'll be, like it'll be automatic straight God mode, and you will move differently. You will talk differently. I used to be wild back in the day. Not wild to the point that it get me locked up on some crazy shit, but I'm talking about wild with rhetoric sometimes, thought process, Now it's like I'm just trying to stay balanced. I'm trying to stay balanced and put this message out there and then get the fuck on from YouTube. I know this channel not going to get monetized, but maybe my second channel will, the Hurricane JW2. I need to put some shit over there, tell everybody to go over there and sub to the channel. But let's get back to it. Because it's almost over. We at the oneness.
Them. They're no longer obsessed with being spiritual. They just want to be real. This stage is all about balance. They begin to blend their
See,
inner
balance.
wisdom with everyday life. Meditation
See,
isn't
blend my wisdom with everyday life. You feel me? Like, I just want to be real and I want to be balanced. I don't want to be fake. I want to be real and I want to be balanced. If y'all listen to my content, y'all heard my channel, y'all hear the pain and anger and rage in my voice when I go against the government in my music, or when I talk about them on the HHN or a Fuck the Government podcast. Or just a random ass rant like I used to do back when I first started YouTube. There's a whole bunch of random rats against the government. Most of them got striked. That's when I first realized that motherfuckers was like, damn, I can't speak about COVID. I can't speak about the government and what they fucking doing. What? I'm gonna never forget. November 25th. November 25th, 2020. My first fucking warning. You can't talk about COVID. I'm like, nigga, fuck you. And when I made the second video, they gave me a strike. I was like, oh shit, they ain't playing. But salute, no, what up, though? About to get up out of here. Shouts out to you, bro. Shout out to everybody. Y'all respect the time zones. We're in the last minute and 30-something seconds. Then we're going to get up out of here. I got to head on now. Then I'll be back for... I got to just head to the store, grab some blunts. And probably come back, do a 30-minute quick meditation session. A guided meditation. And then I'll probably see y'all later in the afternoon for an HHN. Make sure y'all check out my new track, Midwest Southern Fried. Salute Monkey Man for the beat. I bet you wonder why is Hurricane still up. Shit, I can't fucking sleep.
Isn't just a morning ritual anymore. It's how they move through traffic. Compassion becomes a natural response, not a hashtag. There's less drama, less needing to prove anything. They've made peace with the past. They trust the process. And they realize that healing isn't a destination, it's a lifestyle. This is when things actually get simpler. They stop performing spirituality and start embodying it. They're not perfect, but they're present. And that changes everything. Unity consciousness. This is it, the final level. At this stage, the person no longer sees themselves as separate from the world. The trees, the people, the stars, the silence, it's all connected. It's all one. There's no more ego running the show. No need to prove, chase, or control. They don't just talk about peace. They are peace. They understand that everyone is on their own journey, and judgment turns into compassion. Conflict turns into understanding. Life stops being something to survive and becomes something to honor. They may look like an ordinary person on the outside, but inside, they found something rare: stillness, clarity, oneness. And here's the twist: they don't feel above anyone. In fact, they often return to help others awaken too. Not because they have to, but because they want to. They've realized the deepest truth. There is no me and you. Just one consciousness experiencing itself in infinite forms.
Yep. Shouts out to everybody. It said, I'm perfect and angry. If that's not the honest thing I've ever heard, today is true. I feel the same fucking way. I'm perfectly angry at this government. I'm perfect angry at this society and people not wanting to wake up and start a revolution. Well, fuck it, not even do a revolution, but like now wake up to, unlocking their own true potential. Doing the inner work and shadow work within yourself. Becoming the god or the goddess or the nomad or the logos. you know. But what I'm meditating towards, shit, I'm just meditating to get just meditating to motherfucking clear my mind, like get rid of all emotions that don't belong, just a cleansing, just like a cleansing meditation, just like clear myself from all, like negative emotions, sad emotions, anxiety, anger, but I use my anger for my motherfucking fuel and my music. I need it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like when motherfucker be like, I'm an angry person, I'm like, man, like, be mad I'm not angry at you. Be mad I'm not angry at you. Be happy that you're not my target. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm on a whole nother level when it comes to this revolution shit. On a whole nother level. And I understand for the people that don't want to pull the trigger. I understand. But if you down with the revolution still, you will still be in the camp. You may be a cook, you may be a fisherman, or you may be the person that worked the field, the person that watched the animals, watched the pets and shit. Take care of the kids, but in your heart is the revolution. So shout out to people in that, you know. Yeah, we'll get there for sure. But real talk, man, it's like on the other side of the coin, man. I just want peace. I just want a peace of mind. Peace of mind with a beautiful lady sitting on some land, watching over my house and my land. Like outside of the revolution. But they say if you want peace, prepare for war. So I need to be a warrior. I gotta be a warrior. But some of us will float. Yep, others be dragged. The ones not worth the piss will miss the bus. The ones that were worth it will return. Yup. Shouts out to No. You already know. But let me get up out of here. Damn, it's 6:18. I have not been asleep. I have not been asleep. I don't know when I'm gonna go to sleep, but shit. Cool thing about it is it's my day off, so I can pick a time to sleep any damn time. But shit. But till then, make sure y'all check out my new track. I did a track called Made by Southern Fried. I did a track called Herbageddon. Shouts out to TMB Monkey Man for those beats. Got some new music I'm working on some new videos. And when I get back from the stove, I will have the guided meditation session. And that'll be like 30 minutes, and then I might be done up until the afternoon. But till then, hope everybody have a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. This is Mental Monday Part 2. Thanks, bro. Shouts out to No. You already know. We out. Peace.